So I'll read you some poems from my forthcoming book, hopefully in like 2, 4 years, 10 years, 20 years, who knows. And I'm Salvadoran, and the first one's a prose piece, and it's called From Civil War Streets. Before that night in February 1981, everyone in La Herradura knew his name. He was the first to approach an American and speak in their language. He not only looked like Bruce Lee, he taught himself Kung Fu and nunchaku from mail-order catalogs. He read at lunchtime, and after school, he closed the library doors behind him. It was known he wasn't a Zamora because he wasn't a thief, a loudmouth, a drunk, a slut, or a good-for-nothing like the rest of us. When he walked, he looked at the ground. The times he spoke in class can be counted in one hand. When he spoke, the walls hushed and the teacher took notes. These are details known by the streets. It was perhaps the way he smiled she loved most, or the way he tried to cover it with his hands while swaying from side to side like a child. His hair was never combed, but he read all the books in the town's library. He borrowed money for bus fare, freely given because it was known he could be the town's one and only chance at immortality. She loved books as much as he. Their first date, the town can imagine only taking place at the library. They met in high school. This was the time he learned to pick flowers for a woman other than his mother. It is known he saved the best for his mother because the walls repeated the phrase he used, "Aquí está, mamá, la flor más linda que hoy pude encontrar." Out of 17 children that woman bore, he was the only one to ever seek and find beauty, cut it, and every evening put it in a plastic cup of water, watching how long the world took to wither it. It's perhaps this detail his mother missed most, and the one that now fills the empty plastic cup. When and how he asked her to be his girlfriend, only they know. He was the town's first poet, and she his only muse. No one doubted why he'd begun writing, or how he could stop. She embodied one of those rarities when last names matched looks and personalities. When she wrote, "Mi carita de ángel," it wasn't a metaphor. To this day, the books he wrote to her, like both of them, are the dust of old dirt roads, replaced by asphalt. These are details dug from Civil War streets. His name was Israel Zamora. Her name was Maria de los Ángeles. Desaparecido, the stolen unwanted. I'm unearthing my flesh, seeking fingerprints, those triggers, poured narrow hours in my pores, the war, each of my hairs stolen and unwanted and drooped like nooses. Dropped are the noses around me, thrown are the roses, tombs, their smell roses the air in dirt, petals dry the shade of bitterness, rotten teeth. I died at dawn, cicada wings charred, signaling endless flat lines, leaves whispered, murmured the moon, light splintered through me. I write because I'm the unspoken. I metaphor because I can't write what was. Truly, I was sound. I was water, rippling. I wink at the other desaparecidos. My head is an egg. My brain is the yolk. My face, the whisked white battered on metal. I'm none of my people. No birth proof, no death proof. I am all. I wink, I whisk, I wink. My ears collapse. Grenades re-ring, drums beat to a rip, tremor my nerves. I remember I died that seared dawn. I write because I can't speak. Bitten are my eyes. There's no fucking asking God if I had tears that would pearl and tear my flesh. Bitten is my memory, my solitude. I belong to you. I belonged to you before desaparecido was my name. Death is a distance between my chest and soldiers. My shadow ran from me at sunset, at sunset, at sunset. My first sunrise, I knew I didn't make it past 22. And like most little babies, I was a crybaby, and this is true. This one's called El Chillón, crybaby. Mama Pati tried to sing me to sleep. The barrio called me their alarm. Neighbors lined up against my house's wire fence while the nurse checked for fever. Nothing wrong. All I was a chillón. I didn't let the barrio sleep for an entire year. Barrio Guadalupe's deaf year. Mama Pati called me her ears fruit fly. Backyard mangoes, beg God. Calla este chillón, Dios mío. Silence this crybaby. Mama Pati had a baker's sleep schedule. Before 4 a.m., bakers once baked bagels for tourists. My town hates bagels. No bakers in my barrio now. Only one in the entire town. I'm 9 and I've never seen a bagel. Those gringos gone with the Civil War. I don't remember how tourists tipped. My town still does. Before I was born, the dawn locomotion of troops was the town's alarm. These gringos wore uniforms and mangos beg God. Calla estos soldados, Dios mío, shut these gringos up. No one slept before my birth. For 1 year after, still no one slept. I was actually born in El Salvador, and I remember my favorite toy used to be a red Power Ranger, so I imagine what he would say, right? Red Power Rangers are the shit. You can't. The red one was the shit. I don't know about the other ones. He was my favorite. So this is from the Red Power Rangers perspective. Red Power Ranger speaks. The little boy opens my shiny, smooth box. It's been months since I left the San Francisco Toys R Us. I'm still not used to this sticky air, this furnace, these sunrises, that rooster. He seals my box inside a plastic bag at night, detaining the smell. He loves my breath. This smell sounds like cashiers calling managers to check prices. This smell escapes me, seeping into his dirt floors, his cracked brick walls. At night, he shines my red helmet with a kiss, tucks me in my box. He says, "Buenas noches, mi Power Ranger." Nights devour my sleep. I want to leave him. I want to leave this house. Sunrises, I'm untucked, re-kissed. That rooster, woken up with, "Buenos dias, mi Power Ranger," swallowed by that kikiriki, kikiriki. I can't escape this Salvadoran miasma orchestra. In this box, I still smell toy-filled carts, taste AC, touch new toy boxes. His dirt-lined nails scratch me, his breath refuges me in my sterile confine. In this country, I'm trapped. He wants me to forget my shelf. I can't forget white tiled floors, shiny toys, unwrinkled clothes. I don't want to leave this box. It's all that remains of my home. Little boy, don't make me go out there. And two more. And for political reasons, I can't travel back to my country, which is El Salvador. I guess that's why I get the seat at the UN, hopefully. Yeah, right? Thank you. So this one's to the drawer awaiting my return. I love toys. I still do. If you have a toy around, I'm your man. To the drawer awaiting my return. Closed. Stay closed. Awaiting the day I'm humid inside again. In every bi-monthly call, the stories. Abuelito can't hammer you open. My cousin hears toys moving, knocking. I was 9 when I left home, toys forgotten on top of coconut palms, beneath leaves, inside wells, left sunburnt, stained by rain. I loved Lagarto, the green alligator I carried everywhere till I lost him. No, not lost. He remains inside me, not drowned in the well where I dropped him. When I left, Abuelita climbed the clinic's water tower to find a Spider-Man, grayed and trapped between the water tank and the tower. Ashamed, a Spider-Man spun the thread of the story he told and retold the other toys. When he returned to you, drawer, told how he'd been webbing that tower till he toppled it. No toy believed him. No toy could escape you. So, a Spider-Man bet them his best toy in town title, that if he was lying, I would never return. Closed. Stay that way, awaiting the day I'm humid inside again. Closed. I can't return. Abuelita packed all my toys inside you. She was 45 the day I left. The toys knocked 9 times every 9th minute, summoning these hands. Remember? Remember these hands? Drawer, I have your only key. I'm an immigrant and I crossed the border. Yes, I did. Sue me. And my hero is Pablo Neruda. What I expect when I say Pablo Neruda. Yes. And this one's modeled after one of his poems, and it's border at your feet, one glimpse is enough, after Pablo Neruda. I like it when you look at me because you are far, blinking, wind, and my thoughts are your eyes. Your eyelashes fly, and the sunset's yellow desert caresses your cheeks. My pupils, immigrants, asphyxiate your gaze. My border, you are asphyxiated by my clandestine pupils. Night, esperanza, you are the border's eyelashes, and you look like the Sonoran desert, and you are still far. I like it when you look at me, questioning me. Hear my deserted footprints, they don't reach you. Let me cross. Let them cross the desert within. Let me be the other side's green morning, a different green than yesterday's nopales, new like that air. I am my exiled country, small and lost, walking, knowing nothing is certain. My border, your glimpse is a town at night in the desert. Because you are nearing, I like it when you look at me, here, and questioning me like a newborn. One forgotten footprint, one glimpse is not enough. I am crawling. I am crawling underneath your feet. I like it when you look down at me because you are many wire fences. This border night, my old town will remember my exile. I am not lost. I am my small country of yesterday, running. This dawn, the air on this other side still smells like nopales. Within me, I will carry a desert and a cross. I've crossed footprints. Do you hear the helicopters? Border, I like it when you look at me and I am hiding in the bushes and you are far. Thank you.